See an exciting game three.
I think you're gonna see similar bans to second games. Amumu,
Actually, we're
will-
seeing
like
similar band. Actually, sorry, you're correct. My bad. Sorry. I jumped the gun a little bit. I saw Morgana because Morgana was the first ban in game one.
Amumu targeted at Lotta Mortis. That incredible Amumu, gonna remember it forever. That binding, that not binding, that bandage toss on mid lane through two creeps actually lands after Rise flashes.
Yeah, that was. I think that's gonna go down as in a highlight reel or something because that was amazing.
I'm getting shivers already.
And it's
Sorak,
yeah, definitely
yeah.
targeted at Skara there. He who played Straka mid in IPL 5 and definitely did a lot of work with it. As I have some water to drink and a Shen ban, same thing as game one we saw.
See, they're banning Shen, but I'm not sure who on Legion plays Shen. Maybe it's just a standard ban, but I just haven't seen Legion been playing around Shen, or because playing with Shen takes a different kind of play style, and I just haven't seen it happen. So, not too sure what if the Dignitas just doesn't want to deal with it, or if it's targeted.
Yeah, I'm looking at Cruiser right now, and he doesn't even have Shen in like top 10 or even top 15 played, so definitely not targeted at him. But maybe targeted towards Lotta Morris as a jungler?
But now we're gonna see a Mundo game most likely because Legion banning Nautilus this time instead of Mundo. So every game we've played, they had at least one target ban at Dignitas' jungler, and now it used to be Mundo all two other games, but now
Ooh.
they're going with Nautilus. And Cassidy once again comes out at probably Mundo is up, Nocturne is up.
They have
Who
to
would
be
you
going for
play?
Mundo. Whoa. Wait, are they forcing Dominate to play Mundo for some reason?
I think they are.
Hmm.
They must be.
We see probably on Tarek again. We saw him game one and two on Tarek, and we or sorry, game one and now three on Tarek, and we saw game two with Locust on Tarek and Dominate picking up that Mundo. I'm really curious why they let him have that. There has to be some sort of strategy that they're doing to force him into that.
Maybe they're choosing to go. I don't know. There's really not much you can do against Mundo. He's just so tanky. And Cutie Pie on a hot streak with Graves. Gonna pick him up once more. Was doing exceptional work last game on Graves. And nope.
Just because he said that, he's like, I'm gonna go Corky.
Foiled again. Goes for Corky this time.
I'm curious to see if they're gonna run maybe a Kog'Maw for Mundo.
Kog'Maw's in open every game, and he hasn't been picked. I'm baffled. I just don't know. And they're gonna take Kennen this time, which they let Voivoy have last game and was banned first game. Kennen, one of the most played heroes by probably the mid lane player of Legion.
Do you think Probably's actually gonna run Kennen mid, or is Cruiser gonna run Kennen top?
Most likely will be playing Kennen middle. Kennen has a very easy time in middle lane against anybody. He has very high mobility. Middle lane, not the easiest lane to gank, especially from Mundo. So Kennen will be able to play almost as aggressive as he wants to without any fear of being ganked by Mundo. But again, that all comes down to the pick by Skara.
Oh, there's the Kog'Maw. So we are gonna see Kog'Maw finally. As an
And they're
awkward
telling
silence
me
comes.
that he's probably gonna run Kennen.
Wait.
Are you getting it? He's probably gonna run Kennen.
Ha ha! Got it. That was over my
Yeah.
head the first time.
Okay, so Kog'Maw bottom lane. That's gonna be AD Kog'Maw with Tarek, and we're gonna see the new pick once more from Locust. But
I
I
think they're
don't
just
think
actually. What is with that actually? Because Corky Nunu isn't too great of a combo since Corky does a lot of damage from not auto attacks.
he actually does quite a bit of damage from auto attack. It's not bad, but think about Mundo with Nunu
That's pretty disgusting.
and Anivia with Nunu. If you haven't gotten around to play much Anivia or Nunu, here's a tip. Nunu's snowball actually counts as a shield for Anivia, so Anivia doesn't need to land her Flash Frost or Glacial Storm to use her Frostbite
Now I
to
have
do
to
the most
ask: Are
damage.
you 100% sure on that?
I am.
Because I tested on Rifmus with Ash, his Q. Um, it puts a chilled debuff on the target. However, it doesn't work with Anivia. even though it says chilled on the target.
Mm.
So
So tell me it doesn't work, but I
I'm assuming it
tried.
doesn't
Last
work.
time I tried it, I gotta say the last time I tried it, it was probably a year ago.
Okay, that's probably why. Because I definitely tried it, and I brought it up with Daniel Klein, who's the German, I believe, community coordinator for Riot, and he said that is actually really interesting, and it should probably be changed because it seriously says, like on Anivia's E, it says that if the target's chilled, they'll do double damage.
Yeah,
Ash's Q puts a chill debuff on the target, however, it does not work. So
it
I don't
is
know.
old information. I'm just old and outdated. Just spilling lies to the community. But again, Legion's gonna be running the double Woda thing with Kennen middle and Vladimir on top lane. But this time, Voivo gets the counter pick top. Will he play Lee Sin top? Some of his favorite heroes.
I'm amazed to see he hasn't run Lulu top. I'm assuming that's just because they haven't been able to pick up Soraka for Skara.
Hmm.
But yeah, that is really weird. That point you made about Anivia and Nunu is because Cassiopeia's poison, her E, her Twist Fang works, or Twin Fang works with Teemo, works with Singed, and I believe it doesn't work with Twitch and it does not work with Orgot. So it's actually really weird.
Gotta stop you right there. Fiddlesticks again.
Oh
Versus
yeah.
Fiddlesticks. Fiddles versus Vlad. He actually won the lane last time
Mm-hmm.
if he didn't get camped forever.
But he definitely got shut out late game. He had to pick up that Rylai's because he was getting burst down in fights. Picked up the QSS, started building towards that Zonia's as well, and he just did no damage in team fights. So he was
Uh,
just useless, even though he did shut down Cruiser early game.
this time I do want to see him rushing Abyssal Scepter because Rise, Scar is not on Rise again, and there's no point to rushing Abyssal on the Nivea. So Voivo's gonna have to do that, I think. It's gonna help him out in lane, it's gonna help him out when he gets ganked. He has to do it, and it also helps out his entire team. His entire team has high amounts of magic damage. Nunu's Absolute Zero has an incredibly high base damage. Corki with Phosphorus Bomb, his rockets do a lot of magic damage on his own. Mundo being almost purely magical damage. He's, except for his Masochism, which gives him great amounts of physical damage, but
Right.
he's, for the most part, magic damage. Same goes for Fiddlesticks and Anivia, so Abyssal going to be a great item here. Let's see if he chooses to go for it. In the meantime, though, gonna have to put some quick commercials, and we'll be back when the delay's over.
As I look over my TV and watch you click the button. Yeah, I mean, I thought it worked too, to be honest, until I tried it and I was like, wow, this is messed up because it says, and I'm just like, what the hell? So that has to be a bug. Also, Ezreal not being able to be interrupted during his ultimate is a bug as well.
He can
He can't.
he
I
can't be interrupted during ultimate.
Nope. I even played a game and have a video on it where Singed flinged Ezreal in the middle of his ultimate. He got flung out of the bush in bottom lane and was in the middle of the lane. His ultimate came from the bush. And he flinged him like right when he was ulting too. So it wasn't like he flinged at the last second, but you can't interrupt it. And that was actually it's gonna be fixed coming up. I was told by Daniel Klein.
What about if he gets silenced?
Don't that doesn't affect it. He cannot be interrupted.
All right, well, I don't know if this counts as an interruption, but every time Ezra ults, I just kill him, and then he just
Well,
stops doing
that
it.
yeah, that definitely counts.
He just stops doing it.
I definitely have to say that is one way to stop Ezreal from hitting his ultimate. No, it is a bug, sir. Seven Sore. I actually talked to Dana Klein. He told me that it's a bug and they are fixing it. So I have to correct you on that one, sir.
I think this game's gonna go into top lane once more. Ganking Fiddlesticks is gonna be much easier than ganking Kennen last time by Alistar.
I'm a bug. What the? There's actually quite a lot of bugs. Still, actually, I found one with Leona where certain skins weren't flagged correctly for her hidden passive. Where if the skin is or if the champion's wearing sunglasses, they take one less damage from her passive when it's procced. And Commando Jarvan and a couple of other champions were incorrectly flagged. So they actually fixed that, and I actually got a free skin out of that. That was actually pretty cool.
Nice. I know there's a lot of bugs in the game.
Oh,
Anivia has one, which I had to deal with it. I don't know why. happened to me, but it was really annoying. But
It disappears for Q.
not the disappearing, but we killed the Nivea. It was actually against Skara. Skara, it happened to him. So we killed the Nivea, Skara playing a Nivea. He died. We killed him in egg, and then he came back to lane like 30 seconds
As an
later
egg.
and has egg again.
Oh whoa, that's weird.
We're like, what? Because we dove it. We dove the gank while he still, well, we thought his egg was down because we just killed him and he had egg again.
That is actually really weird. Actually, there's a bug with oh, who was I gonna say? There's another person there's a bug with that I just
Off
remembered.
stun is extremely bugged.
Who was it?
Quick charge.
No, I can't remember. There was a bug though on a certain champion that actually was pretty annoying. Oh yeah. Okay, so get this. You have a Yorick and you have a Mordekaiser in their team. If someone dies on actually, so say you how does it go? Oh yeah, okay. So if you ult someone as Yorick on your team and Mordekaiser ults the ghost and you kill the person or something like that, then they get a double kill off of it. Like the shaker or the person that came back counts as a kill as well. It was a weird bug.
Yeah, I
So you get a
saw that
double
being
kill.
abused one time, and I saw Yorick actually do a game with 700 kills.
Oh no, that was him. I'm talking about someone else in your team. If
Uh,
you ult them and then Mordekaiser ends up ulting, like to steal that person, then when they die and come back again from Yorick's ultimate and die again, it counts as a double kill, which was a bug as well that Riot saw and I guess they're fixing.
Alright, let's jump into this one.
Yeah, actually, see
Legion
Legion going
looking for the
straight.
invade. Corki gonna check him out. Will he flash? No, he just Valkyries away. Starts with Valkyrie.
Yeah, smart.
And
Good job by him to actually not choose a skill until he needed to, and he
yeah,
chose that Valkyrie.
that's exactly why you don't start with a skill and say, I need phosphorus bomb for lane. I'll just start with that, and he would have done that. He would have died.
Yeah, it looks like Legion's just gonna end up trying to take this blue away, and what's kind of interesting is that Mundo doesn't start blue anyways, so why are they actually trying to invade? And maybe they just want to deny that blue buff for him and grab their own blue buff as well. And the thing
I
is that they have no one that uses resources that could use that blue buff except Kog'Maw.
I think the reason behind this is that they want to deny it. They want to keep track of any time that the blue buff's up, so that Anivia will not have it. They want to make sure that Anivia is denied every single blue buff. So starting with the first one will make sure that they can keep a tab on every time that it spawns. And right now, they're just waiting to see if Nunu wants to face check that.
Yeah, very true, and definitely denying a blue buff to an Anivia it makes such a difference. She's not able to stack her tiers quick. She's not able to push lanes as quickly and clear waves. She's just not able to farm and do what she needs to do. So yeah, very very smart job by Legion, and I'm a cutie pie's end up spotting Legion here again. If he does actually walk around that corner, but he does not. He decides to go around and go to his lane.
It's awfully risky for him to actually try and face check that. He does not know where Legion is, and as far as you know, Lord of Mortis could have not used Pulverize, but Tarek does have stun, so he could have died if he face checked that. But now Nunu goes in at 210 when the buffs are down, so he goes in a safe time and spots.
As Lord was having a hard time killing that other minion right there. But yeah, Locust doing a good job. He's going to clear that camp just so they know exactly when it's up again and they were able to defend it. And we see Dominate actually invading and taking Leech's blue as well.
Yeah, he's not going to sit around and deal with them taking the blue buff, so now he has timers on their blue.
And actually, Legion doesn't have timers on Dignitas' blue because they didn't see when Nunu exactly killed it. They have the general time, but not the exact.
Yeah, it should be around 5 seconds off, though, so it shouldn't be too bad.
Looks like I'm a cutie pie. Getting zoned a little bit here by Anubish as Nunu is making his way to the lane. And we see Mundo going back in his jungle, already level 3. He actually had his smite up for that blue buff. He was able to save it, as the rest of the team did give him a lot of damage on that red buff. So good job by them to actually make sure he kept his smite to steal that blue.
Fiddlesticks' heal is very, very good for tanking buffs early on.
As he does have that ward again, he starts with boots and a mana pod actually. He did have a ward the first game. As you see, again going down in the middle, Latimer's actually flashing in, and Scar flashes as well, but now he's stuck in egg here, and it looks like they were able to pick up first blood on Scar, giving to Probably, as Latimor's does jack that kill with that W.
That was a good decision to give the kill for Alistar, though, because now he does have enough money for an early Philosopher's Stone. And Alistar jungler does require a bit of snowballing early game, and that's going to do just that. And I think that was a misplay by Scar. As soon as he saw Cannon flashing offensively, he should have known that something's up, because if why would he do that if he's in lane by himself when Anivia has egg? So I think he should have flashed immediately and try to dodge the shuriken that will proc the third stun, the final mark of the storm of cannon, and land the stun. So well executed by LGN, but a bit of hesitation from Skara.
Yeah, we were saying about Kennen with this Mark of the Storm is that's one thing that really separates a good Kennen from a great Kennen is being able to manage your marks and be able to manage your auto attacks to get that extra mark on them. Just want to point that out real quick. And Boy actually really overextended here as you see Lautimer's coming in from behind him here, and it looks like they might be able to pick up a kill. Boy does have flash to get away though, but Alstra does have that red buff and he does fear him, and they will be able to get that red buff proc on him, and Boy might be going down here as you see Dominate coming in from the side. Boy does drop. Dominate says, hell no, I'm not going, I'm out of here, and turns around and runs away. So now we see a 2-for-0 lead for Legion here. We got top lane got a kill, we got mid lane got a kill, so the solos are doing extremely well right now.
Yeah, and Fiddlesticks was caught at Vladimir's tower, and I think he played that overextended because he thought he was safe with just one ward, but he didn't count that Alistar could come from the other side through his jungle, so he played a bit too overconfident and paid with his life for it.
Yeah, that's why top lane, I'm not a big fan of it. It's just there's so many ways you can be ganked, and it's just ganked so heavily, and you're such a huge impact on the game, being a solo lane. And it's just really frustrating when your jungler just camps you. And as you see here in mid lane, Kennen, played by Prawley, he's still a good level ahead of Scar here. Scar is about to hit 5, but Prawley is about to hit 6, so we might actually see an engage coming from Prawley if he does manage his XP well here. Scar does not have flash to get away, so he could potentially kill him there. And he also does not have egg up as well.
And Kennen doing a great job off CSing, sitting at 40 creep score, while Skara is at 26, and right now the highest creep score going to Mundo in Dignitas' team. So Mundo's just been farming all game long, and he's looking to be the deciding factor in this game. He cannot gank nearly as strong as Alistar, but he can outfarm him, and that's exactly what he's doing. He has 1,500 gold, while Alistar has 1,800, which is going to be the kill differences that Alistar has made. But Mundo doing an excellent job just farming away, not focusing on ganks there. He really cannot try to outgank Alistar, so he's doing the next best thing, which is farming.
Yeah, how do you feel about Mundo as a jungler? Like after he did get nerfed a little bit, but he's still extremely good. Like, do you play him often at all?
Yeah, Mundo is extremely powerful right now. He deals a lot of damage as well as being one of the hardest guys to kill on the team. And he can tower dive like there's no tomorrow, and that's one of the favorite aspects for me when playing Mundo. I really enjoy him, and he's still very strong. He's considered a priority pick, and he will be for a long time until he gets nerfed again.
People never really expect ganks coming from behind your tower. That's what he really excels at, having that much health and that much regen and movement speed at level 6. Definitely something that's really scary about him.
And now with the first blue buff invade via Legion, they want to make sure that they can take the second one. That's the whole reason for their first invade, and they actually go ahead and ward it, but Locust from Dignitas, their support, expects this and wards their blue as well. So now both teams have the blue warded, and both teams have the middle lane entrance to blue warded. So there's definitely going to be some sort of fight going in for this if both teams can group up in time.
I have to say that was a perfect time for Dimlo to actually back, because he got back to lane exactly when blue buff got up. He timed it really well, was able to come back with attack speed boots and a Doran's Blade, but it looks like they're actually going to give this blue buff up here. As Dominate's just tanking away, and bot lane does come up to help as well, just to make sure that they can secure this blue buff for Skara. And it's Skara actually being smart, coming around the long way for it.
Yeah, Ken making his way over, and he does pick it up. Legion not being able to group up in time because Alistar was doing double golems, forced to walk all the way around with just tier 1 boots, cannot make it in time, and that's going to be a blue buff for Anivia, and this is exactly what Legion was trying to prevent, but it already happened.
Yeah, definitely. Good job, definitely, by Dignitas to really secure that blue buff, because that was such a key factor. And now Scar Farmer's on race here might meet bottom Morris, as he does not spot him there. That ward just not far enough. However, Scar did see that ward go down, and he does ping it to let his team know.
And now Fiddlesticks this game going for Mercury Treads instead of his Sword Shoes, and now Kennen going for some aggression on Anivia, manages to blow her flash, but Anivia still has Ignite, while Kennen has no summoner spells. Anivia forced to retreat, but still has Egg, and Kennen gonna go back to base right now. does not have a revolver, so he cannot sustain himself endlessly.
And some harass coming down by Demon Lul, and I knew at bottom. I'm a cutie pie taking a lot of damage from Demon Lul. He gets exhausted. It looks like I might see a fight coming, or a death coming down here. As Cutie Pie does flash away, Demon Lul getting chased down by Nunu. It looks like Nunu will be able to pick this up as Demon Lul does flash, and a stun coming up from Nunu, which does save him. So nothing really happened at bottom, but a lot of summoners were blown. And we see Mundo coming down and is not spotted yet by any wards. So this could be extremely dangerous. I believe Anuish actually did just spot him right there, though.
This will most likely be a kill on Tarek and a dive and a dragon later.
And we see Scar coming down as well. We see Latimer's coming down, but he's going to be too late as Inuish is getting dove. Locust taking that tower for him, doing a good job of backing out when he needs to. Oh, and wow, a nice flash from him coming out as well. And a nice slow from Kog'Maw, able to keep Mundo off of him. You see Latimer's coming around the corner. You see Scar as well coming around. It looks like no kills going down there. Really good job by Demo to come back in, give him a slow. And good job by Anuish actually just waited for the perfect time to flash away and was able to get enough distance to survive.
Yeah, that was a really close call for Mundo. One more tower hit could have done the job, but he managed to just back away, decides against it because he does spot Alistar and Cannon coming down, but Anivia would have been able to cut him off, but it still would have been a very risky call.
Oh, we see ult coming down from Voidboy on top lane as Cruiser does not expect to get ignited and gets drained, and will be dropping it here as he does pull. And Ignite will be able to pick him up here, but he's trying to sustain against Voidboy. Just pop the ultimate, does get the Ignite, and Voidboy will be dropping down as well, so a 1-for-1 there. Good job by Cruz actually turn that fight around, even though that looked like certain death for him. He was able to pick up that kill and at least make something out of nothing in that fight.
That was greatly done by Voidboy. I thought he was surely done with a failed tower dive, but actually instead of flashing and using his crow, just flashes and drains to keep himself alive just for a second longer and manages to pick up Vlad in the last second.
I was really surprised to see him cancel his drain and actually run after Cruiser there to keep the AoE damage from his ultimate onto him. I thought Drain definitely would have picked up the kill if he just stood there and just took it, because he wasn't. Actually, no, I believe he was taking the. Actually, no, I don't think he was taking the tower during that moment.
Now Legion going for the dragon. They have 4 men on dragon while Alistar's tanking. Alistar forced to use an early ultimate. Dignitas was easily engaged on this. They get walled off. Anivia gets pinned off. He gets ult. Headbutt pulled. Gets egged. Corki getting focused down. Gets ghosted by Vladimir. Fiddlesticks does not fear him. Corki surely goes down to Vladimir. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Fiddlestick
gets that dragon
cannon while he surges away. Nunu goes in.
Oh!
Goes down to the ultimate. Fiddlesticks picking up Tarek. And that is a 3-for-3 exchange with Dragon. I did not see who Dragon went to.
Dragon actually did go to Dignitas on that one, and we see that I will dominate actually extremely low there with that Oracle. He actually could have dropped, and that would have been a nice pickup for Legion. However, they were not able to get him, but they did get a 3-for-3 trade. Sorry. However, Dignitas did come up on top with that Dragon.
And Skara being a bit too aggressive against Alistar. Alistar would not. Very well done by him, not using his headbutt or pulverize on Dragon, so he could use it if a fight was to break out, and he did just that. And then the Tarek stun with the headbutt pulv combo immediately eggs him and gets killed almost immediately. And then in the end, that would have been a 2-for-3 exchange. But Kennen walking into a Nunu ultimate.
Empire, as people were probably saying in chat.
Yeah, that's not an ultimate you want to walk into.
I do have to say though, Scar's wall there was amazing. He saw Alistair, or Latimer was trying to get out. He's like, oh, taking a lot of damage. T5's about to break out. Scar says, no, you're staying in here with this wall. Makes him take a lot of extra damage from that dragon. However, he just got too close to him, and Alistair was able to just get out of there with that headbutt pulverize.
Yeah, and now Mundo with the Oracles gonna be roaming around, getting the map awareness back into Dignitas' hands, killing the wards, making sure that everywhere that Legion goes, they have to go in blind since they do not have a clairvoyance.
Yeah, it looks like he's actually going to be picking up a Spirit Visage as well with his items currently, which is a really smart item considering he's going against double AP. And not to mention the AP damage from Kog'Maw. We see this third blue of the game going to be going to Scar here as he does take the long way again just to make sure he doesn't get caught by a lot of Morris, and probably really smart job by him. Does pick up his second blue of the game, third blue of the game total for Dignitas. And now we see top. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, top lane is going into Fiddlesticks' favor. Actually, no, it's even. The lane is even right now, 75-73 CS. but I think Fiddlesticks is a stronger rival right now. He is able to harass Vladimir quite a bit, but both do have Mercury Treads, which is in quite a bit of magic resist.
Gotta cut you off right there. Sorry, see a dive coming in bot lane. Dominate, popping the ultimate, trying to take some towers, and get Demon Lord to die. Demon Lord does flash over the other side of that tower, and is still alive right now. Cutie Pie actually really low. Gonna be taking some damage from Nuish's auto attack as Kennen is coming in from top. Does get Dominate here, and they will be able to pick up this Oracle. Says, I'm a Cutie Pie is about to die as well. We see Nuish flash out of that ultimate from Locust, and now Kennen chasing down I'm a Cutie Pie. He does not have Valkyrie up, but he does have it up right now. Is able to escape. Now Locust, see if he can get picked up by Prolly, as Prolly just misses his shuriken onto him. And I'm a Cutie Pie is able to survive, but what an amazing job by Demon and Nubish there to deal with that that gank and keep each other alive.
And they did manage to pick up Mundo's oracles at that point, which is a really big deal.
Yeah, extremely huge deal. That map control that Dignitas was having with that oracle is just insane for them. And by denying that, denying a lot of vision, you're able to put a lot more words down the map and prevent a lot more ganks. So really good job. And maybe we might see Alistair picking up one, because he does have triple GP5 right now, and he does have a 800 gold. Oh, looks like Demon Lowell really wants to... Oh my god, he's barely not doing enough damage against I'm a Cutie Pie. With his ultimate, he's now... Actually, he does have enough mana to do it again. However, he's just going to back out. Or maybe go back to lane. Maybe he's listening to Cass and wants to make me a liar.
He's gonna push it so that Corki gets denied. He knows Corki's much lower than him. And even if Corki were to turn aggressive on him and maybe land a lucky crit on him, Corki's passive will surely... Kog'Maw's passive would surely pick him up afterwards, so it'd be a 1-for-1 trade. But now he's just gonna push the lane, make sure that Nunu gets the creep score and not Corki. So good job by him denying Nunu some of the CS, denying Corki.
And he's backing with 1900 gold, so we might even see a BF sword coming out of him right here. And he does. Okay, he does get that BF sword. We see Alistair and Vladimir going for top lanes. Vladimir gets that ultimate on a Cruiser. Cruiser getting really low. Does end up dying, but Laudamorse is able to pick up that kill right there. And good job by Vorboy to turn it around as well. I mean, he's getting ganked, but was able to pick up that one kill, stayed instead of trying to run, even though he could or wouldn't be able to get away. Does get that one kill, so now top lane is just staying even, just insanely even in terms of kills.
The Alistar flash just barely stops Fiddlesticks' ultimate and does not he doesn't manage to stop the channel, so then Fiddlesticks is able to use his Crow Storm and just kill Vladimir in that ultimate. I'm not too sure how it didn't stop it, but I think if he would have flashed and used it earlier, he would have saved his life, but he may have underestimated his damage, and that is why Vladimir died.
Yeah, and we're seeing Woboy go that Rylai's build again onto his Fiddlesticks, and hopefully right after he'll be going for some more AP, because last time he was forced to go that QSS to sustain, or to at least just survive the insane burst against Cassiopeia and Vladimir. However, now he's going to use a Ken and Vladimir, so we'll see what actually ends up going for in that Abyssal Scepter, like you're saying earlier. You said you'd really like to see the item on him, and maybe we actually might see it this time.
Yeah, and going with an Hourglass early, I don't think he wants to do that because it doesn't make him stronger in lane against Vladimir, but it does allow him to build full AP afterwards for a team fight because he manages to pull off a full ultimate.
Oh, it's going to cut you off. Sorry, we saw Laudamorse coming for a gank here on bottom. Picks up on the Cutie Pie, and Laudamorse now has a lot of kills, has 3 kills and 1 death, so he has a lot of gold. And I'm really surprised to see he hasn't picked up an Oracle yet, considering how much gold he has. He's up to 5,200 this entire game and dominates at 4,700. But sorry, the Zonia's top lane does not benefit Woodbay at all, so but he can build straight AP after that, right?
Yeah.
I was expecting some more explanation since you were on a streak there and I had to unfortunately cut you off, but okay. And you see Legion now going for Dragon here. We saw Dignitas pick up the first one, and we see Kennen just being a watchful eye right there. Does help them pick up this Dragon. So now we see 1-to-1 Dragons. See 95 kill advantage in favor of Legion, and also a 2.43k or 2.43k gold lead in your favor.
Alistar being the commanding factor in Legion's team right now, doing a lot of work with his ganks, and gets spotted by Nunu and Corki with that Dragon Ward. They do have a pink ward, and they do know that Alistar does want to pull off a gank, and they ward it for safety, and they know that Alistar back now, so they're gonna stick around, try to farm, not get denied, but he's still behind Kog'Maw in CS.
Yeah, you were saying earlier in the cast that Alistair's one of those junglers that you have to snowball with, and he's doing it quite well right now. He's got the mobility boots. He even has a phase right now, which I'm assuming he's going for Triforce again. But he's definitely doing a great job of taking his snowball and really just going with it. And a Cruiser just getting drain tanked here as he just cannot hurt Boy Boy at all.
Yeah, it's pretty funny to watch.
And we see Boy Boy actually going with, or sorry, Cruiser actually going with Merc Treads again. Actually, I believe he went Merc Treads first game.
Yeah,
Um,
if you're playing anything against Fiddlesticks and you're not Morgana or using an Hourglass, you should probably be using Mercury Treads.
I see Kennen actually engaging here on Scar in mid lane, does pop that flash, does pop his ultimate. However, it does not do anything to Scar, who does pop his flash to get away as well. You see a lot of Morris does finally have that Oracles now, so they are getting some really nice map control out of that, and he looks like he might even want to try to go for a gank on Scar, knowing his ultimate, or sorry, Scar's flash is down. I just see a word coming down from Scar in this river bush to help with this Alistair gank. So he's kind of hovering towards that top side of the lane, knowing that it is an easy escape for him. We see, oh wow, we see a lot of Morris coming in from behind Nunu and Corki here. And this isn't good as he does spot that ward, and Locust and Corki are coming out after him. He does have his ultimate to get away, and we see bot lane coming to help him as Tarek is not going to run through that tower, so a lot of Morris trying to run around. Does pop his ultimate and does survive, does keep that Oracle, so at least he does keep that. He wasn't able to get a gank, but he did get that ward and did keep that Oracle. And now we see Mundo actually hitting top lane right now, as Voyboy is getting really low on mana. And he does go for the dive on him, as he does get feared on tower and ignited. He does try to pull and maybe pick up this kill on Voyboy, who flashes over that wall and does survive. So now Cruiser sitting there trying to escape this Mundo, trying to go for a kill on Voyboy, but he's just not able to get it. And he does dodge that cleaver though, or at least that briefcase. And he
gets a red buffalo.
And he does drop to I Will Dominate. Well played by Voidboy there, just to really gauge how much damage Vladimir could do to him, and was able to escape with, you know, pretty much 100 health. Now we see Dominate taking out that top tower. Looks like he really wants to get that gold, because they are down quite a bit now. Well, not quite a bit, but yeah, a decent amount. 2.2k from that 2.4 earlier. Just pushing that lane, denying Vladimir as much CS as he can, and really help Voidboy become, you know, more of a powerful factor than he was in the first game. And checking out CS real quick, we see Corki with 125 actually going to be diving him here as we see a flash coming out of Demon Lord, and a flash coming out on the Cutie Pie just misses that last ultimate hit on him and was unable to get the kill. But now we see Voidboy coming around. Looks like he wants to help engage, but Cutie Pie just going to be backing away, so he just kind of wants to back away as well. We see ultimate going down from probably onto Scar here, and look at Scar, he's going to get caught by one stun, now two stuns, and that nice wall was able to prevent probably from getting any more damage onto him. That top tower does go down to Dominate, and looks like he will be stealing this blue buff as well. But back... Or go ahead.
Can't take this really quickly because he's Mundo. Mundo kills it very quickly with Cleaver, and right now Kennen's aggression on Anivia seems to be unrivaled, and Anivia not being able to retaliate on him. And I think that's sort of a mistake because Kennen does not have any magic resist right now. He has 54, which is of low value right now, and I think he should be able to kill Kennen by himself. But I think Anivia is just playing a bit passive because he doesn't want to be caught out by the Alistar with mobility boots.
Dominate getting stunned here. Might see an engage coming out a lot of Morris as Nunu comes up and does speed him up. We see the Cutie Pie coming out from bot lane to help out if it was needed. Now Cruiser trying to get this top tower down and even things out there in top lane. You see the rest of Legion heading up there as well to help support him. We're checking out CS quick. We see Cutie Pie with 134 CS compared to 154 at Kog'Maw. We're seeing Kennen with 171 compared to Nivia's 179. So Scar actually doing a really good job keeping that CS lead, even though he is getting harassed quite a bit by Kennen. Played by Prawley, and we're checking out Vladimir top lane with 147 compared to Voyboy's 115, so Vladimir this time actually beating Voyboy in CS.
And Legion being able to roam around the jungle of Dignitas right now because they have an Oracles. The Oracles allows them to do all this because whatever vision that Dignitas has will be killed, and Dignitas does not have a clairvoyance or any spell that reveals anything, so...
And as well, they don't really have too much money to invest into another Oracles. They really need to get that kill on Alistair. But with that ultimate, it's just insanely hard to kill Alistair, especially if he keeps up on levels. Level 11 right now, his ultimate reduces damage by 60%. He's extremely hard to kill, especially since he has those triple GP5 and is still building Triforce onto him. So yeah, I mean, something needs to happen on Dignitas. They really need to get their map control back. Because if you take a look at map control, I mean, all they really have is this slight Baron ward right here, which isn't even really a Baron ward, just for helping for middle, and a ward on their blue. And even a ward on Dragon, kind of. We check out Legion side. They have, you know, a ward here if they want to try to go for Baron. They have another ward in this bush. They have a ward at blue. They have a ward right here as well to help them steal that blue. So we're really seeing just a lot of map control and Legion taking advantage of that right now.
But now Legion will surely like to fight right now. They want to fight everything. They know Anivia's there. They know Scar's position. They'll most likely engage when Blue Buff's up. Blue Buff should be spawning pretty soon. Both teams do have the timer, and Legion has an Abyssal on their team, which just got picked up by Cannon before this battle. They do have Infinity Edge, and the Blue Buff spawns. Legion going to be moving on in on this.
Oh.
Perfect wall by Anivia. She's going to get the Blue Buff.
Oh no, Fiddlesticks ulting over this wall is able to catch 2 members of Legion, 3 members of Legion. And it looks like they're turning around trying to burst him down as Alistair's trying to keep the rest of Dignitas busy as Warwick is able to escape. See the ultimate coming out from Logos. Almost gets bursted out immediately. Will be dropping to that ultimate from Vladimir as well. We see Anivia actually picking up Alistair, so that Oracle is gone. Dominate's going head-to-head against Cruiser, does pick up that kill. We see Demon Lord kind of trying to head down as well to help out. Probably trying to chase down Cutie here. His marks just fall off, but he does get the Ignite, and we'll be able to get that kill. Probably now gets Ignite as well, and Mundo almost going down to the ultimate from Demon Lord, and a nice stun card from Scar, and now Kennen pick up the kill on Mundo, going to be turning around trying to get the Scar here as well, and they do egg him, so they will be able to pick up this kill, so they get an ace for 2 here, amazing job by Legion, and they should be able to pick up this Dragon as well now.
Wow, that is a 2 for 5 ace with a Dragon. And Kog'Maw sitting at 4 kills now. And I have to say though, Voivoy initiated on that by himself without an hourglass, without his entire team coming back onto him. I think that was a mistake. His CC is really what's going to separate the battles here, and he used it all without his team being able to follow up. So a little bit preemptive by him. Not sure if that was the best decision, but in the end though, Legion was able to know that Fiddlesticks was by himself and did manage to clean up with Kog'Maw, who now has Infinity Edge and will be shopping for Azeel next.
And there
that guy is fierce. That guy is looking fierce right now.
And one thing I do have to say though for Legion is that yeah, Voidwood did engage on the 3 members over that wall. However, Laudamorse did an amazing job knocking up, I believe it was 3 or 4 members of Dignitas to keep them out of that fight, really separating that Fiddlesticks to get them bursted down and forced out. And then we saw Locust pop his ultimate right here. If you, well, they can say in the stream, but you can pop his ultimate right here and get bursted down as well by Kog'Maw. So he was forced to back away and get out of his ultimate early, so he didn't die. However, he still fell to that Vladimir ultimate. But yeah, it was very well played by Legion there, and Voidwood just jumping the gun a little bit. I guess he really didn't expect a lot of Mortis to get that nice knockup onto as many people as he did.
Now Kog'Maw with double buffs. Legion wants to fight it now even more because Kog'Maw now has double buffs and another item, while Vladimir being able to pick up a death cap. But the team fighting scenario from Legion is definitely looking a lot stronger unless Voidboy can land a silence on all of them. And Alistar getting walled off here. Is he going to get the stun? He does. They choose not to engage on him because Alistar can easily pop his ultimate and turn the fight around.
Yeah, and Legion, they did lose their Oracle last fight on Lot of Wars. However, we see that Inuish actually picked one up now. So they still have that map control ability on their side.
Now, the only way that I can see Dignitas being able to win the battle is if Fiddlestick's silence manages to hit everybody on Legion's side. If that happens, while Dignitas is able to follow up, they should be able to win a clean team fight. But otherwise, the double Woda Abyssal Scepter from the AoE on Legion's side should be able to take him down.
Yep, you see, actually Dignitas going for a ballsy Baron here. They don't really have any wards or any pink wards or oracles to stop it. They do have a pink ward right here in this bush. However, it's not going to be enough. Laudamorse wants to go in and definitely stop this Baron, because if Dignitas gets it, they could definitely compete against him in a team fight. However, you know, if they don't have that, Legion is looking really strong against that, and looks like that ward will be cleared by Anubis, or not. Okay, it is going to be cleared, as we see Dignitas coming around the side here. And Demon Lord just doing a good job keeping his own, as well as probably going off some Shurikens as he can to do a lot of damage. And now Legion's just going to back out and not really attempt that Baron. There's no real point for them to give Dignitas a chance to get back in the game by, you know, not smiting that Baron correctly or not taking it correctly.
And Dignitas had to go back, try to stall because Voivoi was really low. Had to go to the top lane minions and try to gain some health back with his drain. But now Dignitas does not have an Oracle as well. Tarek does, so Legion in their jungle, in their face as well. Dignitas can't do anything about it. They have no ward coverage and they're actually forced to retreat now while Legion is able to take up their second middle tower.
Yeah, and Legion's almost up now 10,000 gold. They're up to about 8,000 right now, and that's insane from what they had earlier. They were at 2.4k lead for a moment, then went to 2.2k, and then now up, you know, 8k, which is just really helping them take this game, because this is the third game of the best of three, and the winner of this will be moving on to round 3 of this tournament. And I believe the winner of that does get flown to, or they'll be playing against TSM, and then winner of that is flown to San Francisco for the semifinals and finals.
Alistar gets silenced by Fiddlesticks. Breaks ultimate is going to engage on this. He does catch Fiddlesticks. Fiddlesticks flashes away. Fiddlesticks drains. Exhaust goes out on Cannon. Mundo goes in. Cannon, Fiddlesticks is ultimate. Cannon gets silenced. Managed to pick up Fiddlesticks. Corki gets on Kog'Maw. He gets exhausted, but flashes away. The CC goes on Anivia. Corki taking damage from Vladimir. Anivia almost done, but one hit from Alistar with Trinity Force manages to pick him up. Alistar with 10 health manages to get away, and Anivia just flying around. Gonna get chased down by Cannon and will surely go down. Are they choosing
There's
not
the egg.
Gets egged. That is a dead Anivia. That is Baron.
And amazing job by that blue buff Demon Lil had pretty much single-handedly, I think, helped him win that fight, because he was able to just spam his ultimate as much as humanly possible and do a lot of damage with it. And now they need to make sure that they keep dominating zoned out of this, because they don't want to let him steal it. And they do have Baron really low, and if he doesn't like this, probably does come around the corner to try to help it. And they need to body block this cleaver, because Mundo could steal it as he just barely misses it. And now Legion, 5 members of them, have Baron buff now. It's 18-8, and they are up 11,000.1 gold, 11,000.2 gold right now. So now Legion's just going to back by and just really start pushing, maybe get a couple inhibitors out of this.
Wow, and I think there was a poor choice from Fiddlesticks to try to CC Alistar out of the way. Alistar being able to just break his CC with his ultimate. So that is one of the strong points of Alistar. He can just ignore everything you throw at him and turn the fight around immediately. And that's exactly what he did. Managed to flash on Boy and punch him to the wall, forcing him to flash away, not being able to come back with an ultimate and an offensive flash.
Oh, probably. Hurry up, probably. Scar is going to try to get this blue buff. He's really trying to deny it to him to help with these fights, and Scar isn't able to pick it up yet, and he... Oh, Kennen barely stealing it with his W right there. Is able to pick that up, and he does have a good amount of gold, too. He has about 2,000 gold to buy with, but they're just going to keep pushing, not going to wait any longer for him to back up since he did deny that blue buff. And they're going to be pushing this middle tower. They really want this inhibitor down. And they do have the ability to take it, because there's no really strong engage from Dignitas. All they really have is that wall and that cleaver, and maybe a Fiddlesticks ultimate. However, you know, with the protection of Taric, protection of Alistar, and protection of Kennen's ultimate, you know, Kog'Maw, Demon Lord is just able to siege all day long and not really worry about being really picked up in a fight and really taken out easily.
Alistar picking up a Youmuu's Ghost Blade right now, has a Trinity Force already. His damage is almost the same as Kog'Maw's, only about 40 less. He's doing quite a bit of damage, but his ultimate gives him a bonus of 75 AD. So right now with ultimate pop, Alistar does have the highest AD in the game. He's hurting a lot. And he actually killed Corki by himself last fight, I think.
Yeah, he's definitely depending on that ultimate to be tanky enough. I just see about that Youmuu's on that tower and seeing a cow attack that fast. It's really funny. But yeah, he's really depending on that ultimate to keep him alive in a fight, and because of that, he's just able to take someone out of it completely. As you're saying, he took out Corki pretty much by himself, and that pretty much just gave him the fight by just completely pretty much disabling AmaQTPie.
Yeah, he's the one to do the damage to kill Legion right now, but they are just so tanky right now. Kennen picking up a Chain Vest, already has an Abyssal Scepter. He's sitting at over 140 armor and magic resist with his electrical surge on. He's very tanky right now. Has the spell vamp, the double Woda, with the Taric auras coming in, and the Aegis. He's gonna be very hard to kill, sitting at over 2k health as well, with his ultimate. Quite the powerhouse right now. Couple that with Vladimir, one of the most common combos that we see in today's meta. Vladimir with Kennen, the double AoE, double Woda, double Abyssal. Just very detrimental. There's almost no heroes that can deal with that. I think we've yet to see any team beat the Vladimir Kennen combo.
Yeah, that's not looking good. And as we check out, I was just checking out deaths here. We see AmaQTPie 0-4 with 211 CS. He only has that Zeal, but we see that Kog'Maw has a full Family Dancer and a Negatron Cloak. So, I mean, AmaQTPie just extremely far behind compared to Demental. So I'm just really curious to see if Dignitas can come back from this, because they're down 12,000 gold right now.
And then Dignitas wanted to catch somebody off guard in the top lane push, and actually Legion doesn't want any of it, chooses to push mid lane instead and manages to take the most important part of it, which is a mid lane tower. Silence goes on all of them from Fiddlesticks to Rylai, so it does nothing since they back away, and they'll most likely be able to get this tower very easily.
Oh my gosh, just one hit from Demon Lol just chunked Void Boy there. And yeah, I mean, it's pretty much coming up to Void Boy. If he can just get a really nice engage and survive, the thing is, he doesn't have a way to survive when he gets in there. He has a Negatron Cloak, he has a New Solar Draw, he doesn't have that Zonius yet to really just, hey, ult in, pop that Zonius, stay alive, and let his team do something on that. Really make use of his ultimate engage, but he just can't right now. He just does not have that Zonius, which is going to be extremely crucial and key to his build.
And now Baron's worn off on Legion, but they do have a ward over the ledge, so anytime that Fiddlesticks chooses to ult from that side, he will be spotted.
Yeah, very true.
The time to fight from Dignitas should be now, if ever. But Fiddlesticks will not be able to do much with that ward from Legion.
Yeah, they don't even have an Oracle to see that ward right now. See a lot of Morris going in here. And he does get the flash and does knock up Scar, and I will dominate. Scar getting focused down, does get Aid, as you see an ultimate coming out of Locust here to try to slow him down, and Mundo actually picking up a kill on Kennen, but Kog'Maw able to pick up a double kill right now, as we see Lana Morris ends up picking up Nunu. So wow, we see a 4-for-1 exchange, and they could potentially win this game right now, as they are taking this tower.
With the mid lane push, this will most likely be game 8. The Alistar does quite a bit of damage to the towers. And it looks like...
And they have super minions now, too.
Legion... Is it safe to say yet?
They have 20 seconds on anyone that's going to be a threat to them. It looks like they actually will be able to pick up this win. It's like, as long as they keep these minions pushed up and they get these super minions to tank the towers, a lot of Morris is being ballsy. Has some giant balls on that bull as he's tanking it. And it looks like they will be able to pick up this win here, so they will be advancing to the next round in this tournament. So Legion winning over Dignitas 2-1.
The upsets, the underdogs take it. Dignitas being the #1 seeded team in this tournament. Taken out by Legion in a 2-1 swift manner.
Wow. That was an exciting best of 3, I have to say. That was very fun to watch and very fun to cast. But yeah, just, I mean, I don't want to say it's Void Boy, but just that Fiddlesticks pick, it did do work top lane. It did help deny Vladimir in the first game. However, Cruiser was able to counter it the third game. But just late game, he just wasn't able to do anything with that Fiddlesticks. He would get focused on too easily, even with that Rylai's. He went that Negatron Cloak to help with the burst that Vladimir and Ken was doing to him. However, he needs that Zonius to kind of stay alive. So he's kind of really forced to go into a weird build that ended up, keeping him out of the game. We see Kog'Maw, Demon Lol 6-0 and 9. Just doing amazing work. Has 12.4k gold, 217 CS compared to AmiCutiePie with 0-5. He really got shut down early game. It just kind of snowballed. It just really affected him throughout mid and late game.
Yeah, and I think he would have done much better if he would have just rushed Hourglass. The Zonius would have allowed him to do a full ultimate without being focused whatsoever. I just not too sure on the Rylai's rush. I've seen it done before, but I don't think it's nearly as effective as an Hourglass rush.
I have to say, though, if Lotta Morris didn't snowball early like that, I mean, he got that kill on Scar right off the bat, so he was able to get that extra first blood gold. But if he didn't kind of snowball like that, he wouldn't have been so dangerous to Corki, because he ended up building that Triforce and that ended up getting that Youmuu's, and he had 12.3k gold at the end with that triple GP5. He was just able to push someone out of the fight completely, which just really hurt Dignitas because they weren't able to just tank Kog'Maw's damage, able to tank Vladimir's damage, able to tank Kennen's damage, and that just really kind of snowballed, like you're saying. If he doesn't get that early snowball going on, then Alice is going to be pretty useless late game.
Completely agree, and then we saw Dignitas shut him down early game, in second game, and he was able to do nothing throughout the entire game, but this time it went in Legion's favor. Alistar managed to get a bunch of kills in the early game, a bit of hesitation in Scar's flash in the middle lane fight, and then a bit of overextending from Fiddlesticks managed to snowball Alistar, and he managed to carry his game throughout the entire game.